Ever arrive at a dance competition and realize your costume, or worse, your shoes didn't make it? In this episode, I share my top carry-on travel hacks to keep all your ballroom essentials safe and your competition stress-free. Hey, it's your pal, the Dancing Housewife, and welcome to the Dancing Housewife podcast, the show where real life and ballroom life come together with a little grace, a little grit, and a whole lot of sparkle. Today, we're talking about something that every competitive dancer eventually faces: packing for competitions that require air travel. And I'm going to share how I do it without checking bags. For those of you who love a good list, be sure to check out my downloadable set of packing checklists that cover all your competition essentials and my Amazon Prime Day shopping guide. You can find links to these in the show notes or scan the QR codes later on. Let's get started. When you've put months of effort into training, planning, and preparing for a competition, the last thing you want is to arrive at the venue without your costumes, your shoes, or your accessories because the airline lost your luggage. And let's be honest, airlines do lose luggage. Now, if you're someone who can walk into a dress vendor's booth and grab a competition-ready dress right off the rack, or if you have the budget to replace things last minute, maybe this isn't a big deal. But for most of us, ballroom gear is not easily replaceable. Your costumes are typically expensive, they might be custom made, but they're definitely altered to fit you perfectly. Your shoes are broken in just right, your accessories are chosen to match perfectly. Lose them, and your weekend is ruined. That's why I go carry-on only every time I compete. Every time. The first time I shared my carry-on packing hacks for air travel was in my Ballroom on a Budget series, and it got so many positive comments and hits, I knew I had to expand on it and offer more tips. So that's exactly what we're doing today. Of course, the phrase carry on always raises the million-dollar question: how do you fit everything you need for a multi-day competition into a roller bag and one personal item bag? Here's the answer. You have to have the right bags and packing essentials. It makes all the difference. Here's what I travel with: a compact roller bag that fits in the overhead compartment. My preference is a 4-wheel spinner rather than a 2-wheel bag. Why? 4 360-degree wheels allow the bag to glide effortlessly beside you or in front of you, which is easier on your arms and shoulders. 2-wheel bags, by contrast, require tilting and dragging, which can be cumbersome, especially through crowded airports or hotel lobbies. My go-to is the Next roller bag because it has a clamshell design, but both sides are zippered, making it easy to organize and gives you an extra bit of compression. The personal item bag is that bag that fits under the seat. It's key for items you want quick access to: your charger, snacks, travel documents, and small essentials. Also, they're great for the things that can't fit into your roller bag. I love the Nomad Lane bento bag, but it's really pricey. So I travel with the Bag Smart alternative. That said, I'm keeping my eye on the bento bag for the upcoming Prime Days on October 7th and 8th, and maybe it'll be time to treat myself. Toiletry bags. Choose a toiletry bag that lays flat so it fits easily in your personal item or roller bag and keeps liquids or solids organized. It's also great to have a waterproof one. My current favorite is the side-by-side slim toiletry bag for travel. It hangs, it's got several compartments that are removable, and it's waterproof. I'll put a link to all these bags and every item that's mentioned in this podcast in the show notes for you to check out. For makeup, I've got a shout out to Debbie and Duffy at Dance Dress Couture for the makeup bag that they included in a 2025 Spring Ballroom box. If you missed it, check out episode 113, Unboxing the Spring Ballroom Box with Duffy Betterton. That makeup bag is compact, it's really organized, and it's perfect for competition weekends. I also use compression bags for my costumes. If you haven't tried these, you're missing out. A ballroom dress, especially a smooth or standard dress, is bulky. Think layers of fabric, tulle, feathers, stones. Compression bags let you fold your dresses carefully, slide them in, and then squeeze out the excess air. Suddenly, that giant gown takes up about half the space, or less. And yes, they still come out looking fabulous once they're hung up and steamed. Now, shoe bags are essential. Every time I buy a new pair of Aida dance shoes, I get a great soft shoe bag, and these are my go-to travel shoe bags as well. They protect my shoes, they protect my clothes from being snagged by my shoes, but they're also light and soft and flexible, so they don't add weight or bulk to my carry-ons. One of the most important tools that you'll use is a packing list. This is my secret weapon. And I've created a set of competition packing checklists that cover everything from bobby pins to makeup remover to costume jewelry to steamers. I run through it every time I pack so nothing gets forgotten. Again, there's a link to those packing checklists that you can download, or you can scan this QR code right here to grab your free copies. Now let's talk about systems. The first step is deciding what goes where. Of course, you need to figure out what works best for you, but here's my breakdown. On one side of my roller bag, I pack all my dresses. Each dress goes into a compression bag with fishnets and the appropriate jewelry. I also put my robe on that side. On the other side, I pack my toiletry bag, my makeup bag, loose solid toiletries, and my steamer. I roll up my underwear, bras, and small clothing items and socks and squeeze them into any available spaces on both sides to maximize every inch. When packing my personal item bag, I always start with my shoes. Every pair I need, rhythm smooth, and even a pair of slippers for walking from the hotel room to the ballroom, goes at the bottom. That way they don't crush anything delicate and they stay contained. On top of my shoes, I pack my practice gear, my off-the-floor clothes, charging cables, my laptop, a few snacks, my ballroom survival kit, and a small foldable duffel. My go-to right now is the Foldy. It's wonderful. It folds up really compact, and it's great and waterproof. And I also have a small travel pouch or sling or a crossbody purse. The next step is to do a dry run a few days before the trip. I pack everything I think I'll need into the roller bag and the personal item bag. Then I walk away, come back a day later, and then do what I call the edit. 9 times out of 10, I've overpacked. That extra practice top I'll never wear, or that 4th lipstick that's the same shade as the other 3, those get cut. Doing the edit keeps me streamlined, so I'm not wrestling with my bag in the TSA line. Here's a pro packing tip. If things are tight, ditch your slippers and use the sneakers that you travel in to walk from the hotel room to the ballroom. I also edit my practice and off-the-floor clothes in favor of one outfit. I know it sounds crazy, but one outfit, and I'll travel in it. You might be thinking, how is this possible? And I have 2 words: Unbound Merino. I highly recommend checking out Unbound Merino tights, travel pants, t-shirts, and sweatshirts. It's made of revolutionary fabric that you can wear repeatedly without getting stinky. Seriously, it stays cool in the summer, it's wicking, it stays warm in the winter. I was in Europe for 2 weeks, and I literally rotated between 3 t-shirts and 1 pair of pants from Unbound Merino the entire time. And except for a few applications of Tide Stick for gelato mishaps, I didn't need to launder them until I got home. It's a bit of an investment, but it's worth it. Once you get past wearing the same thing every day for a long weekend, you can literally pack nothing other than socks and underwear for your off-the-floor wardrobe. I'll put links to my favorite tried and true Unbound Merino pieces in the show notes, along with a few merino wool alternatives available on Amazon. I can't personally endorse for their efficacy because I haven't tried them, but they're slightly less expensive, so they might hurt a little bit less to purchase. This part of the episode is actually prompted by a great question from one of my listeners who wrote, "I love this advice. I will definitely use these tips. However, how do you fit toiletries and makeup products in the carry-on personal item bag and still meet TSA limits on the quantity of liquids?" That is a great question. And the short answer is, it is possible, it can be done. And in order to minimize my liquids, I use as many solid versions of toiletries as possible, and there are tons out there. Over the years, I found some ride or die products that I travel with, and they travel well, they don't spill, and they keep me within TSA rules. Here are my go-tos: Crystal Mineral Deodorant Stick, toothpaste tablets, shaving bar, shampoo bar, conditioner bar, Olay cleaning melts. They are water-activated cleansers so that you can wash your face. And then Olay water-activated makeup remover wipes. They're dry wipes. They're very light. You just wet them and suds them up, and they really work well to take your makeup off. If you need to touch up your tan, I travel with L'Oreal Sublime Bronze Self-Tanning Towelettes. And for moisturizer, I use the Pacifica Solid Body Lotion Stick for dry skin. Swapping liquids for solids not only saves space in that little TSA quart-sized bag, it also prevents spills. It reduces the overall weight of your carry-on. So think about it. Bottles of shampoo and conditioner and lotion and tanning products, they're heavy. Solid bars and sticks weigh less, which make it easier to stay within airline weight limits for carry-ons, and a lot of times you'll use them up so you don't even have to take anything home and your bag is even lighter on the way home. One last pro tip. If there's something that I absolutely need that I just can't fit in my bags or is more volume than TSA allows for carry-on, I'll just Instacart it directly to the hotel once I arrive. That's always a fallback. Finally, traveling light for ballroom competitions isn't about cutting corners. It's about making sure that nothing gets in the way of your performance. More control and zero chance of being that dancer frantically hunting down a replacement costume in a strange city the night before a competition. So the next time you're prepping for a competition, try the compression bags, make your packing list, do a dry run, and edit and rethink what you really need. Your future self, standing confidently on the competition floor, will thank you. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode or found it helpful, share it with a dance buddy, write a review, or tap 5 stars. And don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media so you never miss an episode. This is the Dancing Housewife signing off. And until next time, happy dancing!
That's all, folks.